If women don't notice you, you're not ugly, not a loser, not unworthy of love. I know what it's like to watch your efforts go unseen. You try to be kind, reliable, smart, but to everyone else you seem like background noise, invisible. I decided to dig for the truth, not through bloggers or pickup artists, but through psychoanalysis, and I found something that shattered my understanding. In this text, you'll hear the brilliant insights of masters of psychoanalysis, like Carl Gustav Jung, Alfred Adler, Heinz Kohut, Donald Winnicott, and many others. Carl Gustav Jung, founder of analytical psychology and a student of Freud, introduced the concepts of the persona and the shadow into psychoanalysis. The persona is a mask. A man can spend years hiding behind the image of being the good, reliable, convenient one. But women often feel drawn to something else, to a man who isn't afraid of his shadow, to the one who acknowledges his power, his passion, his desire, who doesn't pretend but lives honestly, in contact with himself. A woman notices a man when he is walking the path toward himself, not when he's trying to be the right kind or trying to please everyone. Allow yourself to be you, even if it disappoints someone. That's when you become truly noticeable. Real. Alfred Adler, the founder of individual psychology, said, "If deep down you feel less than others, you unconsciously transmit that to those around you. A woman may reject you not out of cruelty, but because she picks up on your belief in your own weakness. But remember this, you are not less. Inside each of us lives a boy who was once told, 'You're not like the others, you're not good enough.' And that boy either spends his life proving his worth or runs from the world and from love. Your worth doesn't need to be proven to anyone. It's already within you." Adler believed that true attractiveness doesn't lie in being above others, but in the ability to act and live with meaning. A woman is drawn to a man who doesn't force her to constantly measure his level, but simply walks his own path. Let go of the endless question, "Am I good enough?" Just show the world that you have a purpose, an idea, a passion. Heinz Kohut introduced the concept of the narcissistic injury. With these few words, he described a deep inner wound. If in childhood you lacked validation, if no one confirmed, "You exist, you matter, I'm proud of you," you may grow strong, successful, intelligent. But inside, there's still a cold emptiness, as if you're still waiting for someone to say, "I see you, I'm here with you." Learn to say that to yourself. The moment you stop needing others' validation, you become free. And only then will others begin to truly see you. Psychoanalyst Donald Winnicott didn't believe in the perfect man. He believed in the good enough man. The one who doesn't play roles, doesn't lie, doesn't try to impress, but simply lives, breathes, makes mistakes, and loves. He wrote, "True intimacy begins where perfection ends." And a woman feels that, not in your appearance, but in the silence between words, in the way you look at her, in the way you are present. Sandor Ferenczi, one of Freud's closest students and collaborators, spoke of a subtle yet deeply damaging phenomenon. When a child grows up in an emotionally unstable environment, he learns not to be himself, but to be convenient, not to express himself, but to adapt. A boy who is ignored, criticized, or forced to be good grows into a man who instinctively hides. He doesn't send signals like, "I exist, I'm alive, I want." He waits to be chosen, but the world doesn't work like that. The world doesn't choose the one who hides. A woman doesn't overlook you because you're not good enough, but because you don't express yourself. You've become an expert at self-erasing. Be present, not perfectly, just genuinely. Otto Fenichel, a brilliant Austrian psychoanalyst, spoke about the fear of desire, not the fear of sex, the fear of wanting, truly, passionately, boldly. Many men don't show desire not because they don't feel it, but because they fear the consequences. You're afraid of rejection, afraid of seeming inappropriate, afraid of being judged, ridiculed, or accused. And instead of desiring, you rationalize, you hide, you suppress. But a woman feels when she is seen as a woman, and feeling like a woman, that is the foundation of attraction. If you don't give her that look, that energy, you're denying your own masculine essence. Allow yourself to want passionately and sincerely. Yes, it's a risk, but it's the risk of being alive. Karen Horney introduced the concept of the idealized self, a version of ourselves we strive to become in order to be accepted. The further you are from your true self, the less chance you have of being truly loved. The man who goes unnoticed is often a man playing a role. He may be smart, successful, polite, but none of it is really him. He doesn't even know who he is. And a woman isn't searching for perfection. She's searching for someone alive. She's searching for eyes that show passion, pain, confidence, vulnerability. But if you look at her as if she's an examiner and you're trying to pass the test of being good enough, she walks away. Because in that moment, you're not a man. You're a mask. Jacques Lacan said, "We are not born with a ready-made self. We build it piece by piece from how others look at us." A simple example. A little boy brings a drawing to his mother. She smiles, and in that moment, he feels, "I'm awesome. I exist. I did something good." But if she turns away or seems indifferent, he begins to doubt, "Do I even exist? Do I matter?" And here's the key. If you grew up feeling like your voice, desires, and emotions didn't matter, you start seeking validation from the outside. You don't just want a woman to like you. You want to feel your own existence through her gaze. But that doesn't work. The more desperately you want her to see you, the more you lose yourself, because you start adapting, changing, staying silent, hiding your true self. Lacan called this the dependence on the gaze of the other, as if you're constantly asking, "Am I normal? Am I worthy? Am I lovable?" But a real man doesn't ask. He is. You're not weak. You're not broken. You simply learned not to show yourself, to survive. But you're not a child anymore. You can choose. You can show up. You are a person with an inner world, a unique strength and irreplaceable emotions. There is still fire, passion, and energy inside you. Don't extinguish it. Let it be seen. Let it be felt. Even if you get rejected, at least you were alive.